So it's time to answer the question of, how did we get here? Why is this bus being towed? Why did this bus crash into a building? To make a long story short, the bus driver was distracted. And what was the bus operator distracted by? Well, the bus operator was distracted by someone assaulting them. So first of all, I'm a bus operator in Sacramento, California. However, the state that this incident took place in is my home state, Wisconsin.
Nobody cares.
So let's talk about the details that led up to this incident. We have a 24-year-old Madison, Wisconsin woman who is accused of attacking a city bus driver and causing him to crash into a restaurant. So this 24-year-old woman, her name is Raven Johnson. She's facing several charges, including second-degree recklessly endangering safety, attempted battery to a public transit operator, and obstructing an officer. We don't want passengers like this to ride the bus if she's actually guilty of what she's accused of. So this crash happened on February the 25th of 2025 at Dempsey Road and Milwaukee Street in Madison, Wisconsin. And according to the criminal complaint, one passenger was taken to the hospital with injuries due to this horrible incident. So the article says here, investigators spoke to the bus driver after the crash, who said a passenger attacked him while he was behind the wheel because the woman wanted to be dropped off somewhere the bus was not going. And guess what, people? Buses have cameras on the inside and the outside, interior and exterior.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
According to the complaint, surveillance video from the Metro bus shows Johnson hitting the bus driver multiple times unprovoked as the driver tried to go east on Milwaukee. The driver had hold of Johnson's arm, trying to prevent her from hitting him. So that doesn't sound like attempted battery, that sounds like successful battery. But I don't completely understand the law. Maybe they still consider someone actually battering. Is it battering? You're gonna batter someone? Actually hitting someone. I guess that's still attempted battery. So, I don't know. Check this out. The defendant was able to get her hand free and strike the driver again in the head, causing him to lose control of the bus and crash into the building. So that's why we have this image right here. The bus crashed into the building. When this happened, the defendant lost her wig that she was wearing during the incident. So first of all, this situation overall is not funny, but sometimes you can find a little bit of humor in serious situations. And she was on the bus acting a fool, attacking a bus operator while he's trying to drive the bus, and she lost her wig.
This is a stressful job.
Once the bus hit the building, the defendant again started striking the driver. So after the bus strikes the building, she still hits the bus driver.
Yes.
Unprovoked. And at one point grabbed the driver from the back of the collar of his shirt, ripping him out of the driver's seat of the bus. This woman is wild.
He ain't lying.
And unfortunately, after this took place, the officers who responded to the scene could not find the woman. She had left. She fled. Did she leave her wig behind?
Yes.
Police later identified Johnson as the accused attacker based on a separate police incident that happened one day early, in which Johnson was wearing the same clothes seen on bus surveillance video. Officers arrested Johnson during a traffic stop on March 4th. She appeared in court on March 5th. The court set her bond at $6,000. Her preliminary hearing is scheduled for March the 12th. Of course, this is 2025. So it's always interesting to read comments and see what other people think, like the general public on the internet. Let's take a look. Drug test the driver. Another person says, I agree with this. This other person says, when you have a craving for Chinese food, and that's in reference to the fact that the bus crashed into a Chinese restaurant.
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
That gives a whole new meaning to drive-through.
I like that.
Other person says, driver, medical emergency. Well, kind of. The driver was getting beat up and continued to get beat up even after the bus crashed into the building. So, yes, that's a medical emergency, I'd say. Next comment. Is there something going on in the air that there's so many accidents involving buses? So the person said, no, they just don't know how to drive. So bus drivers getting beat up in the seat, and your assumption is the bus driver just doesn't know how to drive. So the response to that was, could you drive one if someone started to attack you? And the person says, as a CDL holder that works on these for a living, yes, I could. Shut up. So you're basically saying that this bus driver doesn't know how to drive because they weren't able to control the vehicle while getting beat up and pummeled by a passenger.
Yes.
I mean, you can potentially fend the person off without the bus crashing. Yes, that is true. But It is also possible, as we've seen in this situation and in other situations where bus operators have been attacked and pulled out of the seat, that they can crash into a building, into another vehicle. It happens, and it's really unfortunate. It's really sad. But for this person to have no sort of compassion or understanding, even when presented with the idea that this bus operator was being attacked, they're still like, well, I have a CDL and I work on these. I guess they work on buses. So they assume that because they work on buses and they have a CDL, if someone were to start beating them up while they're driving, they would keep that bus perfectly in control. No one would even realize that they were being beat up. Anyway, it's really sad that this person was so triggered that they decided to crash out on the bus operator because the bus wasn't going where they specifically wanted to go. There must be something else wrong with this woman, but I can't make that call. That's way above my pay grade. Does that Chinese food restaurant have good food?
How much is the bus fare? Oh, the bus fare is $2. All right, you got change because all I got is a $20 bill. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't carry change. We don't like give out change. You kind of have to get that ahead of time. What do you mean you don't carry change? I got a 20. I got money. I'm trying to get on the bus. Come on, bruh. All you gotta do is like go to one of the stores around here. You can grab some change, and then like in the next 10-15 minutes, next bus be coming, and you'll have your change, and you'll be good. It ain't no stores around here. Where's the store? I don't see no stores. You don't see the other stores? Like I said, I don't see no stores anywhere. Just let me on the bus. Here go a 20. Since I don't have no change, just let me ride. You acting like this money coming out of your paycheck. All you need to do is shut up and drive the bus. I'm leaving. Who gonna shut up and drive the bus for me then?